Elite Facts presents
7 ridiculous conspiracy theories about celebrities.
7.
Everyone who reaches A-list status is immortal. I mean, technically, if you go to Hollywood, everyone there is 30 years old for the rest of their lives, all thanks to plastic surgery. All jokes aside, though, this theory that anyone who's a celebrity is actually immortal actually has some concrete evidence to back it up. Yes, it's still crazy and outlandish, we completely agree with you there, but the evidence we've found is at least enough to raise an eyebrow. Either that or it'll make you laugh. In 2011, antiques dealer Jack Mord made headlines when he tried to sell a 140-year-old photograph of a man who looked pretty much identical to the actor Nicolas Cage. Mord took things one step further and proclaimed that the man was, in fact, Nicolas Cage, and that the photo was proof that the actor was an immortal vampire. Now, yeah, clearly that's just a way for him to try and drive up the price on the photo when it goes up for auction, but you can't deny that it looks exactly like Nicolas Cage. The dealer tried to sell his photograph for $1 million. Surprisingly, nobody bought it, but all the attention opened up the floodgates of immortal celebrities. Soon afterward, a collector from Ontario presented a photo of John Travolta from 1860. Dozens of other examples followed. Justin Timberlake resembled an unnamed criminal in a 100-year-old photo. Rupert Grint looked like Scottish painter Sir David Wilkie in his self-portrait. Sir Anthony Hopkins looked like a bust of Socrates, and yeah, you've got to admit that it is a little bit freaky considering how identical the people in these photos look to the actors mentioned. As far as explanations go, not all Hollywood celebrities are thought to be undead vampires because, well, that would be ludicrous. Some are time travelers, others are aliens, and a few are reincarnations.
6.
Stevie Wonder can see. For decades now, there has been a pervasive rumor that Stevie Wonder, arguably the most successful blind artist of all time, might not be so blind. This stems from the fact that Wonder engages in activities that apparently should be off-limits to blind people. Activities such as attending basketball games, wearing watches, and owning television sets. Now, putting these questionable activities to one side, the only solid argument that these so-called truthers have is a live performance that raised some eyebrows when Stevie caught a falling mic stand. There are several celebrities who believe this conspiracy theory, including ESPN journalist Bomani Jones, rapper Diddy, and actor Anthony Anderson, who have all said in interviews that Wonder can see, although it's hard to tell how serious they were. Now, with serious accusations like this, you'd think Stevie Wonder himself would be offended, but being the laid-back person that he has taken the rumors in stride and has made several joking references to it over the years. If nothing else, Stevie can see the humor in this.
5.
The CIA got to Bob Marley, Marilyn Monroe, and John Lennon. This is a controversial one theorized by many people. It seems that when a celebrity passes away for some reason, we have to come up with an outlandish reason as to why they died. The CIA stands at the ready to protect America, and apparently, should the need arise, they are not above assassinating beloved entertainers to best serve the country's interests. At least that's what many people who blame the Central Intelligence Agency for the passings of multiple celebrities believe. Let's start with John Lennon. He was shot and killed in 1980 by obsessed fan Mark David Chapman, but conspiracy theorists believe that Chapman was actually a trained CIA assassin sent to dispatch of Lennon because he was radicalizing America's youth with his leftist politics. Next, we have Marilyn Monroe, who allegedly became a target of the CIA because of an affair with Fidel Castro. Since she was already close with President John F. Kennedy, conspiracy theorists believe that the agency feared that she might reveal sensitive information to the communist regime. And finally, there's Bob Marley, who passed away back in 1981 of melanoma that originated in his toe. Marley was the target of an attempt on his life way back in 1976, and some people believe it was orchestrated by the CIA due to the singer's growing influence in Jamaica. When this attempt was unsuccessful, conspiracy theorists say that the agency subsequently switched tactics and got Marley to wear some kind of radioactive boot that gave him the fatal melanoma. 4. The Beatles never existed. Here we have yet another outlandish theory. Most everyone is familiar with the theory that Paul McCartney died in a car crash in 1968 and was replaced by a look-alike. But one conspiracy theorist takes it a step further and even created a website that claims the Beatles, as they were presented to us, never existed. This theory's anonymous mastermind presents us with a wealth of quote-unquote evidence showing that the Beatles as we know them were a combination of lookalikes, robots, decoys, synthetic beings, and countless actors playing single members of a band. Yeah, honestly, it's as crazy as it sounds. Apparently, the quote-unquote proof that the Beatles were comprised of numerous replacements is in the discrepancies in height, facial features, teeth, eyebrows, and demeanor. Yeah, we think we can write this one off as false. We're sorry, one body double, maybe, but when you start saying there are robots, synthetic beings, clones, and other wacky replacements, it's just an unbelievable fairy tale.
3,
Alex Jones is actually Bill Hicks. Never has there been a more polarizing character in the world of politics than Alex Jones. Well, besides actual politicians, of course. Now, we're not here to give our opinion on him. Suffice it to say, with all the theories he comes up with, you either think he's a genius or an absolute crazy person. Although that Carrie Fisher conspiracy he came up with was pretty ridiculous. We're sure we can all agree on that. Now, to many, Alex Jones is a conspiracy theory pioneer, but he may actually be the center of a conspiracy himself. It has been theorized that Jones is actually a fake persona played by the deceased counterculture comedian Bill Hicks. The theory goes that after his alleged passing in 1994, Hicks actually reinvented himself as Jones and became a star pushing plots about the UN and the Illuminati. On the surface, the similarities are admittedly quite striking. Both spent their youth in Texas, both are believers in government conspiracies, and the two have remarkably similar facial features. While Jones is younger than Hicks, it would take only minor surgery to age Hicks, and the two share a common acquaintance, a friend of Hicks who actually went on to work for Jones.
2,
Every celebrity who's ever existed is a part of the Illuminati, because, well, of course they are. Okay, who isn't tied to the Illuminati? According to the internet, we're all a part of it. Seems rather ridiculous to us, but just poke around the internet and before very long you'll find someone who thinks that virtually every celebrity you can name is in the Illuminati. Usually, these accusations are saved for high-level music industry people, everyone from Katy Perry to Jay-Z. In reality, the Illuminati, as it's generally talked about in pop culture, doesn't exist, and the Bavarian Illuminati lasted only a few decades before it was wiped out. We can't wait for Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street to be accused of being in the Illuminati. Who are we kidding? They're probably already a part of it.
1,
Stanley Kubrick faked the moon landing. We guess if you're going to fake something as huge as the moon landing, you may as well get the best director in the game to do it. Now, the moon landing has been the subject of many conspiracy theories, but the biggest and most popular one is that the whole thing was fake and it was shot on a Hollywood soundstage. And this particular theory goes one step further and says that world-famous film director Stanley Kubrick was the man behind the camera when this fake moon landing took place. Many conspiracy theorists believe that Kubrick's iconic 1968 sci-fi epic 2001: A Space Odyssey had visuals so groundbreaking that they still hold up decades later, and that if the government at the time wanted to fake the moon landing, it wouldn't be far-fetched to believe that it would rely on the talents of a visionary such as Kubrick. The idea of the director's involvement with the moon landing came from an interview shortly before Kubrick's death in 1999, where he allegedly confessed to his role in the hoax. The video has since been confirmed to be fake, and Kubrick's daughter, who was appalled at this accusation, called the conspiracy a, quote, grotesque lie. And that's our list. Did we leave any out that you know about? Well, let us know in the comments below. Please remember to subscribe and tap the bell button to be notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.